You don't think I can do it?
No!
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
It sure is.
Well, here we go again. So just when we all thought his story was over, somehow Woody returned. A new Toy Story movie has officially hit the scene, just when Disney and Pixar realized the Beavers weren't gonna cut it. Now, I know what I and everyone else felt the millisecond after a trailer dropped. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Disney needs a $1 billion hit this year that isn't live-action Moana. And considering that Toy Story 5 is already tracking to make $150 million on its debut weekend in the United States alone, this was probably a good decision on the executives' part. But the question is, did they keep the artistic integrity? Is this genuinely a good movie with a purpose that justifies its existence? Or is it as soulless and depressing as the concept of Toy Story 6 and 7 already being planned? Well, I can at the very least answer that question for myself because I recently attended a preview screening for the film. So I can decide whether or not this 5th Toy Story installment was another worthwhile entry in one of the most acclaimed film franchises of all time. It wasn't. Now, it wasn't bad, far from it. I really liked Jessie as our main protagonist. Bonnie wasn't an obnoxious piece of shit. There was far more nuance in the tech discussion than expected, and some of the more heartfelt moments hit pretty hard. But the movie just felt so weightless, like it was constantly trying to spark back the initial trilogy's magic through constant callbacks, mirror dynamics, and forced insertions of beats from prior films, on top of a multitude of storylines that had pretty muted payoffs, a painfully lackluster finale that fails to tie the series in a bow the way Toy Story 2, 3, and even 4 managed, and just this overwhelming sense of been there, done that makes it feel like an extension of what came before and not its own thing. By the end of the film, Jessie essentially goes through the same exact arc Woody did in Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 2's version of that arc was far more interesting. Now, I don't want to get into spoilers or whatnot, but the bottom line is, I definitely think it is worth going to see for yourself to form an actual opinion on it. Plenty of the initial reactions have been super positive and far less divisive than Toy Story 4 ever was. But I myself believe this to be easily the weakest Toy Story by far.